Presenting Anak Heaven Ikom. Attraction of theory.
What is attachment theory? Attachment is a strong emotional tie formed by two people. According to the psychologist John Bowlby, children's attachment behavior evolved in the context of evolution to ensure that they could effectively remain under the protection of their carers to survive. So, basically attachment classified to 4 phases. First phase is from birth to 3 months. Second phase is from 3 months to 6 months. Phase 3 is from 6 months to 3 years. And the last phase is from 3 years until the end of the young age.
The history of attachment theory.
The theory of attachment was originally developed by a British psychoanalyst, John Bowlby, who was attempting to understand the intense distress experienced by infants who has been separated from their family. This story was set by 2 kids who had sparked his interest and motivation. When in London with her husband, Leonard Ainsworth, someone in there gave her attention to a job posting in the London Times that just happened related to John Bowlby research, which is the early impact of mother-child separation. Although neither John Bowlby or Mary Ainsworth was aware at this time, but joining John Bowlby research unit has changed professional career Mary Ainsworth. And with that, John Bowlby and Mary Ainsworth became a partner and developed their attachment theory. John Bowlby developed a fundamental idea that combining ethology, cybernetic, processing information, developmental psychology, and psychoanalysis. Meanwhile, the idea of attachment figure serving as a safe foundation and the idea of maternal sensitivity to infant signal was developed by Mary Ainsworth.
How to apply attachment theory in our life individually.
Number 1 is think about the mind-mindedness carer. There is a fairly clear correlation between a secure attachment and a caregiver's ability to treat their children as a separate individual. This skill is called mind-mindedness and mindfulness. In a journal called Mains that produced 2017 that low levels of maternal mindfulness predicted insecure attachment in preschool children. Such carers will tend to act as if their child's behavior has meaning, that it represents and results from an internal world of feelings, thought, and motivations. Number 2. Creates internal working models or lifelong templates for broad conceptions of reliability of relationships. Attachment not only gives children the secure base where they need to explore, learn, and build relationships, it also gives them happiness, motivation, and the opportunity to do so. It is characterized by a web of interrelated problems that easily lead to a vicious circle involving low self-esteem. This greatly influenced by their parents' attachment patterns. Both child and parental attachment can influence a child's physical, behavioral, and developmental well-being. Number 3 is understanding. Understanding child attachments involves what is known or inferred about the parent's attachment base and postnatal risk factors such as drugs, alcohol, separation from the newborn.
Number 4. Attachment should be routinely incorporated into prenatal education and postnatal support. Addressing established problems require a broader approach. Vicious circles are by a characteristic to equip parents to understand and respond consistently to the feelings behind their child behaviors. For example situation, a crying baby and a depressed mother.
The caregiving system is designed to provide protection and support to others who are either chronically dependent or temporarily in need. There will be on 4 stages of attachment, which is ambivalent attachment. Children with an avoidant attachment tend to avoid parents or caregiver, showing no preference between a caregiver and a complete stranger. Second one is avoidant attachment. These children become very distressed when a parent leaves. The third one is disorganized attachment. These children display a confusing mix of behavior, seeming disoriented, tense, or confused. And the fourth one is disorganized attachment, where the children who can depend on their caregiver showing distress when separated or joy when reunited, but they will feel assured when the caregiver will return. Some method that caregiver usually use to understand and make the children comfortable is by painting together. This is because children can form attachment with the adults who are caring for them through regular day-to-day activities and routine by experiencing their caregivers' responses through those routines. Lastly, caregiver build and shape relationship with the children by taking responsibility for improving positive interaction between them.
As we know, Bowlby described attachment theory as a lasting psychological connectedness between human beings. Do you believe that attachment theory can be seen in organization? This can be seen by the emotional bond that being created by the organization, which can bring either positive or negative impact. Attachment theory also can help explain how different organization cultures affect the team happiness. When we talk about organization, we're gonna remind of adult. So we're gonna say here that organization equal to adult. Do you know that adult attachment style? Let me introduce you to this style. We have 4 types of adult attachment style. First, secure attachment. Second, anxious avoidant attachment. Third, anxious resistant attachment. And finally, we have fearful avoidant attachment.
Now we are going to take a look at the elements of attachment theory. Depending on the primary caregiver's responsiveness and level of care, they develop a certain kind of connection. To assess the health of a baby's affection, we consider 4 elements: safe haven, secure base, secure proximity maintenance, and separation distress. The first one is safe haven. The attachment of a baby to its caregivers is crucial in the baby's early life, as it provides a sense of safety and security. If a baby's needs are not met, it may learn that screaming is the way to get those needs met. If attachment does not develop during the first year of life, it may be more difficult for an adult to find support from their friends and family members. Next is secure base. Children feel secure enough at this point to play in another room or hang out with a buddy for a while. They occasionally go back to their parents to check on them, to get consolation, or when something distressing occurs. A safe base will be established if the caregiver accepts the infant's return. The infant can explore new experiences. Other than that, secure proximity maintenance are also the elements of attachment theory. As soon as the baby can crawl, they can begin to explore, but they must maintain regular eye contact with their caregiver to ensure that they are nearby in case of danger. The children at the playground will ensure that the caregiver is present at all times in the future. Babies and toddlers experience anxieties when parents often venture outside of their baby's safety zone. Future difficulties like separation anxiety may result from this. Later in life, maintaining secure closeness translates to a desire to be among individuals who give us a sense of security. And lastly is separation distress. Newborns commonly experience distress when their primary caregiver leaves, due to the beliefs that mom no longer exists. This shows that the baby perceives themselves as connected to mom and is only reacting in this way because he or she cannot communicate verbally. The intensity of the baby's reaction depends on how the caregiver responds when the primary caregiver leaves and returns.
The last but not least, the conclusions of attachment theory. Why is it? Okay, the quality of attachment theory has a decisive impact on the child's development. The attachment styles of children's development are highly dependent on the types of care they receive from birth onwards. Additionally, children who receive support and love from their parents are more likely to develop a sense of security, which can help them develop self-esteem, confidence, independence as they grow up. As a result, these children tend to be more confident, independent, perform good grades in their exam, have a better social relationship, and experience less depression and fear of themselves. It's a wrap. Thank you so much for lending your ears for our presentation. Thank you. Bye.